Yo, what is going on YouTube? Elo here, coming in with the Dracotail deck profile. I'm still on this deck. I am a strong believer on the Dracotails. This has been one of the funnest decks I've played. I like mid-range control decks, so you know that just fits my playstyle. I don't always have to OTK or FTK my opponent by ending on a crazy board, essentially. But yeah, let's go ahead and get right into it. Everything's pretty standard, straight off the rip. There's a couple things we gotta discuss here. But we'll get to those when we get to those. Triple 5 mana, of course. You need to play it. Triple Lucius. Triple Malulu. And I'm on 2 Urgla, 2 Pan, which is the flex spots for everybody. Some people are on 3 Pan, 1 Urgla. I like 2 and 2 just because keeping these in rotation are super nice. Urgla is probably the best one because it recycles itself super easy, but I have had it hit off cookies. Is it cookies or lolly? I think it's lollipop, the one that vanishes once it's special back. I have had that hit before, and it sucked, but it's alright. And that's why I just bumped these up to 2 and 2, just because these, the Urgla, Pan, and Malulu are the most impactful when you fuse them away. They're the only ones that have effects when you fuse them away. Form a negate, pop, and a monster pop, spell, trap pop. And then the last card I'm using is a Frixel. I don't know how I feel about this card yet. I feel like this doesn't really add too much to the deck. There is some cool plays that in theory I thought were super cool, but haven't came up, at least for me in tournament play, just because once you full combo, or once you're comboing, you know, you're never gonna really be able to do it for free. So yes, you gotta play hand, you're gonna get hand trapped, and no, you're not gonna be able to full combo sometimes, and your plays will be stopped. But I don't know how I feel about this. I kind of want to trade this for the 3rd trap in the main deck, as crazy as that sounds, just because we do have plenty of ways to fuse already. I believe there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, 12 ways to fuse going first, essentially. So I think we'll be alright. We cut the first one, played the 3rd trap. As horrible as that sounds, you just want to keep those traps in rotation, because once they get them out of rotation, you're going to enter a grind game, and the deck's pretty good at the grind game, but if your opponent is able to establish a board and have extra non-engine interruptions, it does make it infinitely harder to put you in a losing position quicker. That's it for the Dracotail stuff. Like I said, the only change I would make is this Frixel, because there's a cool play with Secretarion. You bring this back, bounce it back, you bring it back, special something else out, like Lucius, get your search, bounce it back, add 5 mana. Cool, you got materials to fuse, but like that just hasn't resolved for me at all once. So you know, it's hard to see the application of this deck or of this card in the deck, and I'd rather just max out on the amount of spell traps I could set, just because sometimes when you draw a Ketsu or a Rahu in your opening hand, you just end up setting a Ketsu for follow-up, which doesn't feel the best because you're going to end up setting an extra one during their turn once you fuse on their turn, essentially. So yeah, that's been my only issue really with this guy. For the spells, 3 Ketsu, obviously this is your best card. It's a searcher and allows you to fusion summon going second. That's all I can really say. This card's been insane. Definitely one of the strongest cards in the deck, going second. And this is where I changed up my lineup a little bit. I cut Rahu down to 2, which sounds a little crazy, but it makes sense in my head because I hate opening up this card turn 1, so I kind of want to see it less, and that's where I want to bump up the trap, just because you need other cards. Rahu is essentially the 2-card combo to be able to resolve properly, rather than, I guess almost every combo is a 2-card combo, but this one feels the worst, because then you have to set another Ketsu Rahu, and then it kind of throws off the end play of pitching the 5 mana with Rahu and the Urgla, so you can add it back on the end phase. So it makes it a little awkward in that sense, but yeah, that's just my reasoning. I haven't noticed it or struggled with it at 2. So as long as you know how to manage your resources, you'll be fine playing the deck. Lastly, 1 Horn, 1 Flame. I do want to fit in Sting in here. I feel like Horn has decent application into almost every matchup. So does Sting, and I want to make room for it. I just haven't been able to test it out enough. I know everybody's cutting this for the Sting now, but I still feel like Horn is just such a strong card. This still wins games sometimes against Yummy. There's been a couple times where I just horn their Snatchy as they're placing the field spell, and that's enough to win, just because they won't be able to resolve their menial, and it gets rid of the body for them to be able to special out. But that's it for the Dracotail package, essentially. Like I said, the only change I'd make is just that Frixel, and then moving on, we got 3 Cartesias. I still think this card's insane. Just being able to fuse for free and enable all your plays, essentially, and it recycles itself back to hand, so you keep that hand advantage, is crazy. That's all I can really say about that. I won a game essentially just fusing with Cartesia once, because I wasn't able to resolve my Rahu or Ketus that entire game. It was kind of rough. But I was able to play with Cartesia the whole time, and it kept coming back to hand. I kept normal summoning and fusing, and I was fusing on their turn too. That's all I could say. Magistus package, this is probably the best package you should be playing, just because it takes up the least slots and applies so much pressure in the single cards you play. This, being able to end on a negate, which the deck clearly doesn't have, aside from Flame, has been wild. Applies so much pressure, especially just because the boss monster is such a problem as well. On to the non-engine, I'm on triple Fua. I think Fua is just the best Charmer to be playing right now. I don't think there's need for any other Charmies in this deck. Triple Ash, self-explanatory. I'm on triple Veiler, just because these would be imperms, and I wish sometimes they were imperms, just because they'd help out a lot more going second, but you need the monster to be able to fuse away, and you can recycle this at the end of the day. I'm on 2 Nibs. I do want to bump this up to 3, but I think 2 has been a really solid number for me. Just paired up with the rest of the non-engine we have, I feel like it's enough. Double Ghost Spell, you need this now just because there's going to be more Dracotail mirrors. It helps hit a lot of other things, cover like Mitsu, Lunalight as well. Just a lot. And then Juice Worm and a Magma. These cards have felt super solid in the main as well. Not really a lot I can say. They're Bestials. Magma is crazy. I've been able to loop this guy 3 times in one game. It was so insane. So just having that constant advantage from searching out Magma and being able to hit a target as well in the graveyard has helped out a lot. That's it for the non-engine. Not a lot to say. I am on a heavier non-engine count just because I'm technically playing the deck essentially pure with the tiny Magistus combo. Extra deck, Trip Arthalion. You need to play Trip Arthalion. Double Gulamel. I still don't understand why people keep cutting this down to 1, because I had to win a game essentially just playing with Gulamels because they kept black goating my Arthalion, and that was a big problem. Yeah, that's all I can say really. Yeah, that game I won with just Gulamel and Secretarion, which this didn't matter. I got outed the next turn, so I just ended up winning Gulamel and whatever I fused away, just recycling my pops with Pan. Yeah, that's it for the real Dracotail cards that I'm playing. Philia, this card is crazy. Just having that target board removal or spot removal, either in grave or on the field, helps out a lot. I love making this card in the mirror just to out their Arthalion, and it makes it a little harder for them to be able to apply pressure, essentially. For the Magistus package, I'm on the Zora and Kaliga. Kaliga has felt really underwhelming, I'm not gonna lie. This card just kind of sucks. Just because Yummies cut out this instantly, they just go, what is it, Croaky, normal summon, Snatchy, or normal summon, go for Snatchy, get Croaky, special, go for a synchro play, Croaky, pop. They missed out on one effect, but that doesn't matter because they probably had extenders at that point and played still, so this is alright. This is broken. The Zora is insanely broken. This card applies so much pressure, and it being an Omni Negate essentially and a pop is crazy to me. So there is that. I'm on a heavier Link package as well, so I'm on Spirit of Eyes of Blue, Seals, just because this deck doesn't do a lot. As most people know, it doesn't really do a lot outside of go for the fusions and set the 2 traps. So if I'm able to get the Link play off, essentially with most hands you should be able to, it helps out a lot. I'm on the Magistus Sync 1. This enables your combo. And SP is SP, that's all I can really say about that. Probably the best thing to in the game. So you need to play it, especially with the follow-up. This card helps out a lot. And the last card is the one Typhon. You need to play this. This deck is so good at breaking boards. And having that additional push to break a board in the form of Typhon helps out so much. And then this card's broken just because you could go, whatever it is. It could be a Guilliman or Arthalion. You could go Arthalion, come back once he fees away. Overlay this, activate effect, and your Arthalion goes back into grave just because it never left the field. Once it's on a material, it's technically not on the field anymore. So that's been pretty cool. You always love to do things like that, so that helps out a lot. On to the side deck, I'm on double Kaiju just because Lunalight is a deck. You need to respect it. This also just helps break boards. Pretty easy. Sometimes Snatchy ends on a really horrible board, or not Snatchy, Yummy ends on a really horrible board, and just one Gamma Seal has 1v games. Triple Droll for those combo heavy decks. You need to respect them still, unfortunately. There's still Raizio variants out there. There's still Lunalight out there, so need to Phantasme. This card has been insane. I didn't trust playing this card too much at the start, but the more I played it, the more I was a big fan of it. Just having that body and that pressure to be able to do things with is insane, and it draws you into more engine or non-engine. Triple Fenrir, this has to be the best going first card. That's all I can really say, just the pressure he applies, being able to out those Zunas essentially so they don't do any crazy stupid stuff. Pink, another good board breaker into Herald, because the biggest problem for this deck is Herald, unfortunately, and this also trades super well with anything. So I need to play, and the going first option here is Grizel Prison. This wins the Yummy matchup, anything that essentially synchro summons, anything that's a ritual deck, so Mitzi matchup. This is the best coverage I've been able to find that's not D barrier, because I kind of hate turning off in the mirror my fusions, or not being able to fusion for my fusions, so I'd rather not do that, even though yes, you are going first, so you should have a board established. But this just wins it. So essentially, I'm just putting the mirror match into a skill check. Who could play it out better and manage the resources better? And for everything else, I just got the Floodgate essentially. That's it for the deck profile. Go ahead and leave your comments and ideas in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. Like I said, this has been the funnest and probably the best variant I've been playing for a while now. So this is what I'm doing going forward, and the only change I'd make is that Frixel. It's just, I don't know how I feel about it in like a more pure version. I'd rather just max out on the traps, if I'm being honest, because keeping those on rotation is just better to me than a one Frixel that might come up. But we'll see going forward. That's it for the deck profile, and thank you guys for watching.